Yumi not being at school and the disappearances has been messing with me, so I wasted my morning wondering if I should even go today. Eventually, with a text from Curry, I decided to go. I met Curry out the front but ended up walking to my first class with O'Hara. After the first class I gave Curry a kiss and decided to try fill out my book with everyone's likes and dislikes in it. Have I talked about that? I hope so. Anyway, I only needed to know one thing for Curry, and once I got it I moved to Ray. I got it, but then she went and started arguing with Curry, so after some mediation I went to Reveille to fill out the rest of their likes and dislikes. Next on my list was the non-binary sheep. It was kind of difficult, but I got what I wanted. After that I went into the hallway and saw Curry talking to Orchid, so I stayed hidden and quiet trying to listen in, but they didn't seem to be saying much. Then Curry mentioned one of her fantasies about me, and Orchid said she didn't see me like that. I don't know why, but that made me happy. So when their conversation was over I told Orchid that it's a goof friend without any context. When the next class finished I realized it was only me and Kiyohisa in the room, so I went to her and tried to fill out the rest of her likes and dislikes, but she ignored me. So I started making my way to Japanese class when I noticed some stairs. Going up them I found a door to the rooftop, and a British couch. As if the gods willed me I sat down on that couch letting the time go by. Oh, how lucky am I to be able to sit on this couch. This is what I've struggled for. This why is Rikyū here. The sun set and I got out of there as soon as possible, no time to get kidnapped. I spent most of my afternoon doing art commissions, then I streamed for a while before showering and going to bed. On Sunday I invited Orchid over. She didn't stay long. We read 2 mangas, a horror one and a romance one, but that was all we did. On Monday morning I was wasting my time again putting off going to school when I remembered how much alcohol I've stolen and decided to drink some, just a little bit, not too much. I spent the rest of my time doing stretches before going to school, a bit wasted. At school I went up to Rikyū and a new person. I found out the new person likes fitness and completely stuck to that for a while because I had just done nearly an hour's work of stretches. But then I found out they like manga. They were going to class and I wanted to keep talking, but I was getting dizzy and had to lean against the wall. I felt great though. Being 24 is awesome. I have no idea if I can be drunk at school, but hey, I'm paying. I eventually did get to class and afterwards I was really dizzy and went to Curry to flirt and kiss her, but mainly to lean on her so I could stay up. But I got told off for doing that, so I decided to talk to Yaijiro. I of course got no response from her, but in my drunken state I thought this was a great conversation. Meiji came over and kinda ruined the conversation by not liking video games. I could fault him for that, but I'm feeling nice. By midday I was mostly not drunk and decided to try learn more about the new person. After talking a bit I tried to pickpocket Yaijiro, but the new person got in my way. For the next 30 minutes I was really giving it my all. I did manage to get a few things, but I definitely would have gotten more if I wasn't so damn popular. After gym class I was able to regain the title I just gave myself, that being Master Pickpocketer, by sneaking up to Yaijiro and hopefully stealing everything she has. Like honestly, how much can she hold? Orchid caught me, but I don't think she cared because we've pickpocketed together, though I wish she didn't say anything. Since Orchid is now the second newest person at the school I was going to introduce it to the new person, without even knowing their name, but it turns out they know each other and came here from the same school. The new blue-haired person is Tanaka Kenji, by the way. He's a demi-boy who uses he/they pronouns. I'm not sure if he and Orchid get along, since when I asked if they were friends Tanaka instantly said yes and Orchid just rolled its eyes, but we got through the conversion just fine. And after one more class the sun finally started to set, indicating the afternoon. I tried to steal some more but I was unsuccessful, so I ran on home. Firstly I did 2 commissions, then caught up on some manga volumes, streamed, had a shower, then ate before going to bed. Waking up the next morning I surprisingly felt pretty good, though I'd be out of commission. But even though I was fine I still spent some time reading before eventually heading to school, not getting drunk this time. I walked over to Meiji, O'Hara and Tanaka, but only Tanaka walked to class with me. Obviously we didn't get to talk much since Tanaka decided he wanted to be a good student and be on time. So when that class did end, out of spite I didn't talk to Tanaka, just gave Curry a kiss and went to Orchid and O'Hara. At some point I know I said I'd call Ohara Omizo, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't a promise, so I will continue doing what I want. Unfortunately everyone hates each other and it started becoming really difficult to have a conversation, so I went over to Revei. We were able to talk for a few minutes until the crowd followed me over, which instantly resulted in violence, so I ran away. I was looking around for presents and spotted Yaijiro and everything kind of derailed, so before class I was just pickpocketing her and I did get quite a bit. But after class I decided it would be a good idea to try be friends with her again, so I was just following her around waiting for her to talk. She did talk a few times but only said things I disagreed with, so that wasn't helping. I don't know why I was trying this again. She doesn't like me and I don't entirely like her. Maybe it's just the principle of it all. Granted it is not a good principle, but I think she is kind of hating me less. Maybe she'd stop hating me if I left her alone, which I did end up doing when the after hit. I gave Curry a kiss then tried to talk about manga with a group and it didn't go too well. So guess what I did? I took one last stab in getting Yaijiro to talk to me. I don't know why I thought this would go well. Of course it didn't. This is just weird. Remember life lesson 1? I learned it on my first day. Do not follow people. Eventually I knocked some sense into my head and went home. I decided to stream for about 3 hours, but I made absolutely no money, so I did a commission, then I stretched, like, a lot, then I took a well-deserved shower and went to bed. The next morning I spent 30 minutes walking, then I decided to get drunk again. I mean, how bad could it be? It went fine last time. After I read a horror manga, stretched again and got to school on time. It took me a while to even understand where I was, but eventually I got it vaguely together and ran over to Tanaka. I felt completely out of it and sick, but at the time I couldn't possibly think it was the alcohol. I talked with him about manga for a few minutes before sluggishly deciding to head off. Somehow, and I really mean somehow, I made it through the first class, so I went and got a kiss from Curry as some sort of prize. I gave her a compliment and then did something I'm not very proud of. Obviously it's the alcohol entirely, and even though I'm open to that sort of thing, I'm pretty sure Curry isn't so. Yeah, yikes. I'm sure this brings back some memories. At the time I didn't think I did anything wrong, but I still met Curry in the hallway and told her how much I love her. This must have been so bittersweet for her. I feel so bad. After gym class I continued to mess up my relationship, practically just for fun at this point, right? I'm not even going to make the life lesson joke. This is just wrong to everyone, not just Curry. I promised to get better after today, but she doesn't need to be with me when I do stuff like this. You can probably tell, but I am just absolutely fed up with my past self at this point. And after trying to stick my tongue down Meiji's throat, I innocently meandered over to Curry and started pouring love onto her like she didn't see what I just did. It's pretty sad that she reciprocated all the love I gave her. If I were in her shoes I would have cussed myself out. She's just so nice. After an hour I was feeling a bit more level-headed and stood at the back of the class with Tanaka talking about how much school sucks. Revei and Ray almost interrupted us, but we were able to swing back on track without much of an issue. A small highlight: on my way to class I noticed Kiyohisa standing outside alone. I forgot they were even in my class. I was going to say something, but last time I checked I'm pretty sure they hated me. It's unclear though. The sun started to set and finally this tortuous day was over. I gave Curry a compliment and a kiss before heading home. I wish I apologized then and there. At home I instantly did an art commission, then I moved to streaming and actually got money this time. Since I was up to scratch for rent I played a puzzle game, then watched a horror anime before showering and going to bed. Hello. I'm sorry this one took longer than it was supposed to and that it ended up being shorter, but thanks for watching it all. Stay safe, stay happy, please subscribe and goodbye.